Connor, so this is one of the main characters. After what seemed like an eternity, the home bell went. Connor dragged his feet across the concrete of the playground, scuffing his battered trainers, his teacher's voice still ringing in his ears.
Hell, we should have got that.
That's not
Bitch telling him to make sure his mother checks his head before he returns to school tomorrow. Fat chance of that happening. Kids ran past him, shouting at each other as they ran free from school for another day, racing to meet their parents at the front gate. Connor gazed up at the old Victorian building with its huge arch windows. He bent down and picked up a stone and threw it into the air, considering the fun he might have later with a much bigger stone. He was snapped out of his reverie as a younger kid bolted into him from behind, sending him flying. Connor turned and shot the wee one a look that sent him fleeing in the opposite direction, muttering an apology as he went. Scowling, he made his way up to the school gate and saw Lucy standing, waiting for him. What the hell does she have to smile about, he thought. He grunted at her as he neared. She scurried up to him and smiled, and then tried to keep up with him as they made their way home. "See you tomorrow, Lucy," a wee girl shouted. He guessed she must have been in Lucy's class. Lucy looked up and waved at the girl. "That's not like you to have a pal. You're not going to speak to her. Can't get your tongue again," he chided. Lucy put her head down and Connor caught her smiling. Her happiness made him feel even more pissed off. How can she have a pal when she can't even talk? He'd had a shite day, moping around by himself as everyone else ran away with their best buds. They wandered down the tenement-lined street, eyes down to ensure their feet didn't become splattered with new shades of brown from the dog shit that was smeared on every other paper. The warmth of the sun raised a glow from within their bones. It shone down victoriously from the rare blue skies. Since early light, it had fought persistently with the clouds and now claimed its rightful position above. Connor turned off the street and made his way along a bottle-strewn alley, reminders of the youngsters that frequented the area with her carry-outs. The alley led to a playground at the top of the hill. Lucy faithfully followed her big brother, skipping every so often to keep up with his longer strides. Beyond the tops of the cruddy houses that littered the forgotten seaside town with its tormented inhabitants, the view of the sea was spectacular. The sunshine had transformed it into a magical scene of glittering waves that sparkled and danced. Yachts dotted the view as he looked out towards the nearby island. A glance to the south, however, revealed a dirty oil tanker bobbing up and down on the gentle waves like a giant jobby, floating in a pristine toilet bowl. Oblivious to this dichotomy, Connor made a run for the seesaw and energetically thumped up and down, the empty side banging with force off the cushioned tarmac below. Lucy perched herself onto a swing and gently began pushing herself forwards and backwards, dragging her feet through the mud left behind from a forgotten puddle. They whiled their time away doing their own thing, no words required, both all too well aware that there was not much to go home to. It wasn't like the mum would be looking for them, she probably wasn't even out of bed yet. Their peace was broken by screeches and laughter travelling up the hill. Bit by bit they saw the heads, then bodies, then legs of a group of kids making their way towards them. Connor recognised some of them from school. He turned his head back to them and continued looking out to sea, his legs dangling over the side of the monkey bars. Lucy was still in the swing, and once she had seen what the noise was, had dropped her head back down. The group of 2 boys and 2 girls confidently strolled over to the playground. This was their patch. "Look what we've got here, Gary. Itchy and Scratchy, and they're at our park." "I don't remember you saying they could come to our park, Tony," Gary chimed in. "Look, Scratchy is trying to hide behind our nitty here," shrieked Jenny. The gang gave a snort of laughter, waiting to see what their ringleader was going to initiate. This lovely drawing was done by fabulous Alicia here, so she never put her name on it, unfortunately, but